Okay, so the big question of how do you choose keywords? So I'm going to walk you exactly step by step how I choose keywords for either my clients or for my new apps, and then how I optimize and how we rank for the given keywords up in the App Store and the Play Store. Now, there's a few variables that they go into the effect, and I also have a template that I can show you. Now, the first concept to understand is long tail and short tail keywords. So short tail keywords are the big keywords that are very important, but also very competitive. So let's say I have a business card app, and if I was just starting out, I would not necessarily go after the word business card because it's a very competitive keyword. It's short tail, meaning that it's a lot of people are competing for it, right? It's right up there with all the important keywords. But rather, I would look at some of the other keywords down the line, so what we call long tail keywords, meaning the keywords that are not so competitive, but keywords that you can actually rank for, right? So it might be something relevant. I would do, for example, business card design, or I would do business card scanner, or some other phrase that are more down the line. And the truth is, keyword research and optimization is a combination of art and science. Now, the science part is that you can actually want to know which keywords you want. You can see the ranking, you can track it, you can check the competition. The art is really coming up with the right keywords. Now, the best way to start with keywords is I also prepared a little sheet here where we have keyword ideas, and I'll explain the rest of it as well. Basically open, and you can actually, I'm going to include this one in the notes, so you can copy and then use the same sheet. But you want to start putting down all the ideas that you have for keywords. So if I were doing a business card, then I would put business card, and then I would put business card scanner, for example. I would say card design, maybe in some countries it's called visiting card, and I would just sort of put in as many ideas as I can do. So right now it's all about quantity. So get as many keywords as you possibly can, and then start from there. And it's sort of think organically, like what is your business about? What is your app about? What might people be searching? And then think of in terms of, put yourself in the shoes of the user. When you open the App Store on your phone, what kind of keywords do you search for, right? So if you're looking for, let's say, suggestions for a restaurant in your city, what would you look up? There's the obvious brand keywords, right? So if I was looking for TripAdvisor, I just put in TripAdvisor, but maybe you're looking for, the best restaurant in Milan. And then what kind of keywords would you put in order to find the right app for that? So think sort of organically, and also a good exercise is to write out the description of your app and then sort of read through it and see what words do you repeat, what words are important, and what words would people want to look up. And I'll give you a few more tools to sort of look up, but this is the first way is the organic way to sort of think about your keywords. There's not that many keywords that you'll actually end up using. It's just important that you start with as many keywords as possible. Now, if I were starting from the scratch, and I would, let's say I have some keywords in my mind, but I would use a tool called App Annie. You can look up at appannie.com. You can sign up for free. And I would start by looking at the competition, actually. So let's say here's a couple of apps we're looking at recently, and you could choose, select any app. These are app store apps from Apple. You could also look up the equivalent for Google Play, Android apps. But let's say I wanted to look into Fitbot. If I were doing any fitness, exercise-related app, this might be relevant competition, and I would look at Fitbot. And it's a weightlifting app and tracker. And then once you're in App Annie, you can scroll down here and go into keywords and ASO. This is super interesting. So for any app that you want to look up, you select the store. We'll do iPhone in the United States, and App Annie will show me all the keywords that Fitbot is currently ranking for. This is an incredible piece of information, and this is the free version, right? So it shows me, for example, the word Fitbot, but it's the brand keyword, which is kind of obvious. Let's say the second keyword, lifting, right? If you type lifting into your app store, this app would be number one. It would be the first app. It's incredibly powerful to be ranked this highly for such a short tail keyword. It's a very important keyword. Now here it shows results, and this is a bit misleading. 250 is the maximum it shows. So this is not really 250. It could be 10,000 apps, but 250 is the maximum. What it will tell me is that, for example, the keyword Fitbod only returned 41 results, meaning only 41 apps popped up looking at this keyword. So when you're starting out, you do not want to compete for these big keywords because there's so much competition. What you want to compete is some of the smaller keywords. For example, strong lift 5x5. I'm not sure what this means, but basically, if somebody typed it in, only 35 apps popped up. Now, if this was one of your keywords, you have a pretty solid chance of being up there if you focus on that keyword, right? But you can go down the line, you can see the change in ranking for that specific keyword for Fitbod. So this is incredible. You could do it with any app, any app store. This is really, really powerful. So check out competition, look at 5-10 different apps and just sort of see what are their keywords. So I will, just for fun, let's take, the keyword gym and gym workout. So this was for a business card, but let's say there's a different app that we're doing something fitness related. I would do gym workout. I would do lifting, lifting workout, a bunch of different ideas that I would put in here. Now, and this is related to the rest of the descriptions over here. Once you're done looking at the competition and you take out the most relevant keywords for you that are good for your app, that are relevant for you, you want to jump in another tool called Sensor Tower. Now, Sensor Tower is also, this is the free version. Of course, they have premium versions, but this is the free. And then I already typed in, I already added the app of Fitbod because I wanted to take a look at it. So you can just add an app and you would put Fitbod there and you would end up right here. So the interesting part is that you can look at any app on the app market or the Play Store, and it will show you their reviews, which is very interesting. It'll show you how many downloads they got last month with revenue. So right now we're in February 2018. So I can see that last month they got 100,000 downloads and they made $400,000, right? You can see what people think about the app. So it's a pretty highly ranked. So people think good things. So you can change the app store and see which country you want to look at. It also spies on their advertising. So you can see what kind of ads they're running to the description and their category ranking, right? So this is all the apps, but you could choose specific health and fitness and then see what's their category in there. You can see their ratings and you can look at their reviews. And this is a very interesting part. If you're just building your app, look at the competition and see what are the comments, what people are complaining about. And if you can solve those problems, then you have a much higher chance of being ranked. And if you don't know what is your competition, find 1 or 2 apps and then you can see the related apps and you can see what other apps might be in your space and also look at their keywords. Okay, so now we know, now we do this with every single competition and I would check out what they're doing. And then you can go down here into App Store Optimization and click on Keyword Ranking. And this is also very, very interesting. So let's say you want to see Fitbod and you want to see what other keywords they might be ranking for that you didn't see in App Annie, because App Annie only shows you the first top 100. Or let's say this was your app, right? You launched an app and you want to see what you rank for. So you would put in a phrase. So here, one of the phrases that we said was lifting workout. I'll copy that, I'll paste it, and I'll save this keyword. And it'll show me what is the traffic, meaning how many people are looking for this. 0.5 is pretty small. So this is a sort of a rating they give to how much traffic this keyword is receiving. iPhone difficulty, meaning how difficult it would be to rank high on the keyword. 4.2 is pretty high difficulty because it's pretty strong keywords. Now you have the iPad difficulty, iPhone apps, meaning how many apps popped up. It says 615 apps popped up when you looked up this keyword. And this app, so the Fitbod currently ranks as number 11 for the keyword lifting workout. And you can do, on the free version of App Annie, you can do up to 5 keywords. This is super, super interesting, right? So also, if you want to know how well you're doing, you can put in any keyword for your app and then see how well you're ranking, how much competition there is. So what I would do is I would take all this information and then put it into the spreadsheet that I'm building, right? So let's say traffic here is 0.5, iPhone difficulty, it's 4.2, so 4.2. iPhone apps, it shows me there's 615 apps, 615, and the iPhone rank for this specific app is 11. Now, if I were doing this, I would put the rank for my app, right? So if I have a fitness app, let's call it Fitness 1, then I would select Fitness 1 and I would put in these keywords and then see how well my app is ranking. Oftentimes, if you're just starting out, you're not going to rank anywhere. It's going to say 0 because you need to build your rank as you go higher. So, and I would do this for as many keywords I can think of. This might take you some time, but this is really how you research the keywords. Now, the magic and the sort of the art and science of the keyword research and implementation is finding keywords that are high in traffic and low in difficulty, right? So ideally you would have a keyword that's 5 in traffic, for example, and then it's only 2 in iPhone difficulty, meaning there's a lot of people searching for it, but there's not much competition. And this often happens for keywords that are underserved, for, if there's a new trend, let's say, I don't know, so last year, crypto was a big thing. At the beginning, there was a lot of traffic in crypto and not so much difficulty. So you choose that one. Obviously now it's a bit different, and this is very dynamic. So this changes every single day. Now this is how you start. And I would recommend doing this, if you're starting out, do it every month. Sort of review your keywords, see how you rank, and then, improve the ranking. So this is really sort of the strategy. Let's just try another one. What is something that's related to gym? So I would do gym, weight. Let's do CrossFit. It's like an interesting keyword. So see, CrossFit has traffic of 4.9. Many more people are looking up the word CrossFit over lift and workout. And it's also a bit of a higher difficulty, so it might be a better keyword. But see, for example, this app is not even ranking for iPhone because they don't really care about that keyword. It's not important for them, or they're just not targeting it, aggressively. So there's an offense and defense strategy. So at the very beginning, you're going to use all offense, meaning that you're going to look at your competitors and then see which keywords they're ranking for. Maybe not very highly. Like if I was targeting this, I would look at, okay, they are number 10 for workout apps. Now, this is a very competitive category, but if I wanted to say that, I want to win on this specific keyword, I would heavily target this keyword and compete and be offensive and go on offense with this keyword. And I would put it everywhere into my title, my subtitle, and I would use it in my description and then try to take that keyword. Now, once you build up a bit of ranking, you're going to also want to combine your offense strategy with a bit of defense, right? So you want to use keywords that you already rank for and make sure that you keep the ranking. And it's sort of it's a very dynamic play. Also, some companies, what is sort of a gray hat strategy is that you're not really supposed to use your competition's brand name in the keywords here. So this is not visible to normal people, but visible to the Apple algorithm. Now, Apple say that you should not use the competition's keywords, but I've never ever heard, or any of my friends that are in the industry say they've ever been, there's never been any consequence from Apple. So Apple never, shut us down or told us anything about it. So I would say go ahead and do this at your own risk, but it's also one strategy. So what I'm trying to do here, basically, if somebody puts in the word LinkedIn and they're looking for LinkedIn app, if I'm good at this, I will be, high up on that search, even though we're not LinkedIn. So that's sort of a gray hat strategy now. And so black hat strategies are the ones that are illegal or completely unethical, the ones you should not be using. White hat are the ones I'm telling you right now, all the good strategies that are very popular. And gray hat is sort of a gray zone area. So this is what I could all call a gray hat strategy. And I have a few more of those down the line, and I'll always tell you that it's a gray hat strategy, and I'll tell you that you should use it at your own risk. Because right now there is no repercussions from Apple or Google, but it might be down the line. So just be aware of that. Now I'll show you one more sort of trick that I use when evaluating keywords. Now the Sensor Tower and App Annie tools are third-party tools, meaning that they're not from Apple, they're not from Google, it's some companies, and they have pretty good intelligence about the App Store and the Play Store, but it's always limited amount of information, and it's never 100% accurate. It's pretty close. It's enough to make your decisions based on these information that they provide, but it's not 100% accurate. Now, Apple actually gives you a really good tool, and it's sort of a bit of a hack. So if you open your search ads account, so you can do advanced search ads and basic search ads. And we have a whole section about search ads, so I'll explain that later. But basically, once you open your account, and I will just create a quick campaign to show you what I'm talking about. So let's say we'll take the business card app again. And don't worry about all these. So let's say it came in the United States. And then they have so basically how App Store and Play Store work is that you will bid on certain keywords. So if somebody looks up the keyword salute business cards, I can bid on that keyword and say, for every, I'm willing to pay $1 per install for somebody that looks up that keyword. Now, here is the little hack, is the search popularity term, right? So you can see how many people are looking up the word LinkedIn, and you can see how popular it is. It doesn't give you a specific number, but it gives you a very good idea of how many people are looking up, LinkedIn ads versus LinkedIn versus the VPN. So this keyword is more popular than LinkedIn, right? And so this is very accurate information. It's not displayed in numbers, but you have a pretty good idea of what is popular. So you put any keyword in here, and if we're looking for, gym weights, so that's the keyword we're talking about, then you can put it in here and you see how popular it is. Not very popular, but you could, add it. Well, didn't put the bid, but you would add it in there. Let's say we wanted to look at just gym, and that's obviously way more popular. And you can see also the important part is you can see relevant recommended keywords. So you put in, if we were looking for a gym app, then you can see suggestions on what else might be relevant. So this is also, I would, include that in here as the popularity rank, and then I would put in sort of, if you make a sort of, if this is a 1 to 10 scale, then you could, say that this is, you sort of guess this is about a 6. And this is your, sort of subjective view at it, but it's also a very good way. So, do all of these, put in as many keywords you can think of, and then try to find the keywords that are high in traffic, low in difficulty, and high in popularity rank. And if you can find, just, you don't need much. You really need, if you nail one keyword and you get it right, an important keyword that's high in traffic, low in difficulty, that's what can really skyrocket your app. That's where you really get the good start, because all you need is one good keyword and you focus on it and you get it ranking, then bam, you get, high in the App Store rank, and you're gonna get a very, very good rewards in a way of getting lots of free installs. This is really, really powerful tools. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'm gonna share this sheet so you can copy it and use it yourself, and then basically implement the strategy right away. Best of luck.